What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to bring you 7 principles that you need to implement in 2023 in order to be successful in investing. Now, just as a disclaimer, these principles are for the beginner investors, but let me tell you, a lot of experienced investors actually forget about implementing some of these. So like me, I thought I had it all down packed, but guess what? I lost a lot of money not implementing some of these principles. So for those of you that might think you have it all down packed, I would go through and make sure that you implement all of these. Oh, wow, it just got instantly brighter. Anyways, let's start it off. Principle 1, set a clear goal. Now this could be buying a car, buying a house, maybe even saving up for retirement. Many people, they don't set a goal when they first start investing, and this actually leads them to making terrible financial decisions in the future. Having an actual goal in mind is kind of like having a target. If you don't have a clear goal, you don't have a target that you're aiming at. Many people make this mistake when they first start investing, and they actually make terrible financial decisions while they're investing in their future. That's why it's imperative to actually set a goal in the beginning so that you know what you're aiming at. So before you even start investing, make sure you know why you're actually doing it. Now this brings us over to principle 2, build an emergency fund. Having something like 3 to 6 months of expenses is probably your best bet. Now I know most people have heard of this, but having this money in a high yield savings account can keep you from having any heartache about losing a job or whatever life circumstances, and it can be earning passive income on the side. And having some sort of safety net could actually prevent you making a lot of terrible financial decisions in the future. Principle 3, understand your investment options. If you're a beginner, you definitely want to learn about exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. These are funds that are traded on the stock exchanges, and they're great for beginners that don't want to put any time or research into what they're buying. Some examples of ETFs are the SPY, which tracks the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is a collection of 500 of the largest US companies that are publicly traded. Another example of an ETF is the QQQ, which tracks almost all the companies listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange. So depending on what you're looking for, make sure you understand what your options are. Principle number 4, understand your risk tolerance. Know what risk you're taking with your money. Generally, if you're younger, you can take on more risk. While you're older, you should probably lower your risk. But for the young guys out there, don't make this an excuse to make terrible decisions with your money. Principle 5, do your research. Always know what you're investing in. Don't just buy something just because somebody told you to buy it. The hype does not matter if a company is not bringing in good profit. Most businesses can actually be understood by reading through their financial statements. And this book right here could actually teach you how to read and understand financial statements. I honestly wish I'd read this book before I started investing. Principle number 6, invest for the long term. Large growth does not happen overnight. Markets are volatile day to day, but they do tend over time to steadily grow. It's key to avoid impulse decisions during short-term market fluctuations. And as cliche as it sounds, Warren Buffett's quote still rings true. Yikes, awkward. You're expecting a Warren Buffett quote? Well, yeah, you should subscribe. It's about to be right after this. All right, see ya. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. And on to our last principle. Principle number 7, diversify. You've heard don't put all your eggs in one basket, but taking this advice is not as simple as it sounds. Being exposed to multiple sectors, markets, and physical assets can minimize your potential risk of one failure affecting you greatly. But there you have it. These are the 7 principles that I wish I had followed when I first started investing. I hope I brought you some value today, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, if you're still watching this video, you should hit that subscribe button. All right.